Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we start, if you love BTS and especially V, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next updates. Today, we're sharing a story that many fans may not fully know. Before the fame, before the spotlight, and before Kim Taehyung became V of BTS, he was just a young student who faced something painful and unforgettable. This is not a story about success. This is a story about kindness, jealousy, and emotional scars that stayed long after childhood ended. Let's take a closer look at the lesser-known past of VBTS, and how a heartbreaking experience helped shape the artist and person he is today. Before becoming one of the most beloved global superstars in the world, V of BTS, whose real name is Kim Taehyung, lived a childhood that was far from perfect. Known today for his warm personality, artistic sensitivity, and deep connection with fans, Taehyung once experienced a painful chapter in his early life that many people might never expect from someone who now shines so brightly. Long before fame, applause, and sold-out stadiums, V was just an ordinary elementary school student who faced bullying and emotional hurt from someone he trusted. Kim Taehyung has often been described by those around him as friendly, easygoing, and naturally popular. Even during his school years, he had many friends and was known for his kind heart. However, that popularity did not always bring happiness. In fact, during his time in elementary school, it became one of the reasons he was targeted by bullying. According to stories that later surfaced, Taehyung's friendly nature and good relationships with classmates triggered jealousy in some of his peers, eventually leading to mistreatment. The issue resurfaced publicly in 2015 when a broadcaster on Africa TV claimed to have attended the same elementary school as V. Instead of sharing fond memories, the broadcaster made shocking remarks, describing their relationship as similar to a food chain system, where stronger students dominated weaker ones. He openly admitted that Taehyung had been treated as a so-called snack shuttle, a term commonly used in Korean schools to describe students who are forced to buy snacks for others. In his harsh and controversial comments, the broadcaster even expressed bitterness toward Taehyung's success, claiming that if he had trained earlier, he could have debuted more successfully than V. He went on to mock Taehyung's current fame by comparing it to his past role as someone who was ordered around. These comments sparked outrage among fans and the public, especially as BTS's popularity continued to rise globally. The term snack shuttle is not just a casual joke. In Korean school culture, it represents a clear form of bullying. Students labeled this way are often pressured, intimidated, or socially excluded, making them vulnerable targets. Hearing that V, now admired by millions, once endured such treatment was deeply upsetting for many fans. 3 years later, in 2018, Kim Taehyung himself chose to speak openly about his experience during a live broadcast. Rather than responding with anger or resentment, he shared his story calmly and honestly, giving fans a glimpse into the emotional struggles he faced as a child. Taehyung explained that he had a close friend during elementary school who was more athletic and academically stronger than him. At first, their friendship seemed normal, but over time, Taehyung began to sense that his friend viewed him as someone weaker. Despite this realization, Taehyung continued to value the friendship, believing that staying close was more important than confronting the uncomfortable truth. One particular incident left a lasting scar. His friend told him about a birthday party that would be held over the weekend and asked Taehyung to prepare a specific gift. Wanting to do something nice, Taehyung carefully prepared the present, choosing a certificate gift that was trendy at the time and requested by his friend. On the day of the party, Taehyung went to his friend's house, only to realize something was terribly wrong. He had never been told where the birthday party was actually being held. Every other classmate had received a location, but he had been deliberately left out. Confused and unsure of what to do, Taehyung waited outside the house for hours, holding a gift in his hands, trying to figure out where he should go. He later shared that he waited for nearly 3 hours, calling his friend repeatedly with no answer. Eventually, his friend picked up the phone and told him the party location. Taehyung went there, handed over the gift, and politely said it was time for him to go home. He did not stay to enjoy the celebration. On his way home, the emotional weight of what had happened finally hit him. Taehyung recalled crying uncontrollably, overwhelmed by feelings of rejection, confusion, and sadness. For a young child, the experience of being intentionally excluded by someone he trusted was deeply painful. During the same broadcast, Taehyung revealed the reason behind his friend's behavior. He later found out that the friend had been feeling jealous of him. The jealousy stemmed from Taehyung's close relationships with other classmates and his naturally warm social skills. Instead of addressing those feelings honestly, the friend chose to express them through exclusion and emotional bullying. Looking back, Taehyung reflected on the immaturity of children at that age. He acknowledged that elementary school students are still learning how to handle emotions like jealousy and insecurity. 2 years after the incident, the friend approached Taehyung and apologized directly. Although things were awkward for some time, Taehyung accepted the apology and expressed gratitude for it. His response demonstrated a level of emotional maturity that continues to define him today. Rather than holding on to resentment, Taehyung chose understanding and forgiveness. This attitude has resonated strongly with fans, many of whom see his story as a reminder that kindness can exist even after pain. After debuting with BTS in 2013, Taehyung's life changed dramatically. Fame, success, and global recognition followed, but his past experiences remained part of who he was. Years later, he unexpectedly ran into the same former classmate in his hometown. Instead of avoiding him, Taehyung invited him for coffee, showing once again his capacity for grace and growth. Following Taehyung's honest story, the Africa TV broadcaster who had previously made the hurtful snack shuttle comments also issued a public apology for his words. While the controversy had already caused damage, the apology marked a small step toward accountability. V's story gained renewed attention in 2021 amid widespread bullying allegations involving several Korean celebrities. As discussions about school violence intensified, many fans revisited Taehyung's experience as an example of how bullying can affect anyone, regardless of future success. For fans of V and BTS, this story adds another layer to Kim Taehyung's artistry and personality. His music, emotional depth, and empathy feel even more genuine knowing the hardships he endured growing up. Songs like Life Goes On carry greater meaning when listeners understand that the message of healing comes from someone who has truly lived through pain. Kim Taehyung's journey reminds fans that idols are human beings before they are stars. Behind the flawless performances and glamorous images are real stories of struggle, resilience, and growth. His willingness to speak about bullying not only comforts those who have experienced similar pain, but also encourages conversations about kindness and responsibility. Today, V stands not just as a global icon, but as a symbol of emotional strength. His past does not define him, but it shapes the compassion he continues to show the world. For many fans, that humanity is what makes Kim Taehyung truly unforgettable. V's story reminds us that behind every idol we admire is a human being with real emotions and real struggles. Long before the world called him a superstar, Kim Taehyung learned what it felt like to be hurt, excluded, and misunderstood. Yet instead of carrying anger, he chose understanding. Instead of holding on to pain, he chose forgiveness. That strength is not something you're born with. It's something you grow through experience. If this story touched you, please show your support by liking the video, sharing it with fellow ARMY, and leaving your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and your support helps this channel grow. Thank you for watching, and as always, let's continue to support V and BTS with kindness, respect, and love. See you in the next video.